Hey, this is Zane with Premier Property Services. We're out here on Liberty Road. We just did our markup of the roof. We're gonna go ahead and repair one of these wind damaged shingles and see how it turns out. If you would bear with me, I'm working by myself today, so I'm having to prop my phone up the best I can. So right here is our wind damaged shingle. You see it pretty good right here, yep. All right, so the first thing we've got to do is get our wind damaged shingle out of here. This one right here. In order to get this shingle out, we're going to have to take the nails out of this shingle and the one above it. All right. Okay, let's get started. This is my flat bar. To me, it seems to be the best tool in almost 10 years of doing this to get these shingles up and cause the least amount of mechanical damage possible. Get it clean. It's a little easier once it's real clean. All right, so we're gonna start by freeing up these shingles. All right, we got our first one free. We've already got a tear right here. It's just the age and condition of the roof. The repairability is showing to be a little bit of an issue. We got another tear right here already, as you can see. And then we've also got, looks like to be some delamination. All right, we're gonna come in, we're gonna raise up as little as possible. We can slide under here and find our fastener and remove our fasteners. All right, we've got our first row of fasteners out. Now we gotta get our second row out. So once again, we'll come in as gently as possible. And remove our fasteners. As you can see, we've got some pretty good tears right here, but we'll show the close-ups of them. All right, I believe we have got all of our fasteners out to slide out our shingle. Maybe not, we must be missing one. Oh, there it is. I got one more right here. Let's see where it is. There it is. All right. Here's our old wind damaged shingle. Throw that off to the side. Get our new shingle. This is the closest compatibility wise match shingle that we have, and as you can see, it is a little bit too long. I know it's hard to see from that view, but we are going to have to trim this shingle. All right, we've got it trimmed to fit. As you can see, trimming them's not my favorite thing to do. Throughout time of doing this, it seems that when you trim them, it releases this non-factory edge, and it seems the fibers seem to come out a lot easier. It's not my favorite thing to do, however, sometimes you do have to. We'll slide our new one up in there. All right, got our new shingle. The next thing we'll have to do is replace our 2 rows of fasteners. This is my roofing hammer. It's identical to the same one that most installers use, and all repair installers. We don't want to use an electric gun on these repairs, especially being slat decking here. We want to make sure we're getting a good flush drove nail. So in order to do that, that is where our hammer has to be to hit this nail strip. As you can see, there's a nail strip on these shingles. So let's start fastening. All right, we've got our first row of fasteners in. We've still got some tears, some delamination, stuff like that, but we're gonna go ahead and start working on our second row. One more, we'll be good to go. All right, so as we can see, we got a pretty big tear right here. Got another small tear here. We're going to kind of outline all the issues we've got. One being this tear, the next being the crease across this shingle. Got a tear here, delamination right here. So that caused mat transfer, and when you have mat transfer like this will never seal back down. The issue with that is now this is sustainable or less sustainable to typical non-damaging winds. Usually winds that wouldn't normally damage an architectural shingle roof now will damage this one. We have another tear right here, and then creasing again on this bottom one. They're almost 10 years of doing this. I've done a lot of repairs. We still do a lot of repairs. We are a repair over replacement company. I would mark this up as a failed repair due to the underlying issues with the roof before the storm damage occurred. So we will write this up as a fail. See if I can get this for y'all, where y'all can see. So right here, tear. Right here we have a very big tear. Delamination, creasing, delamination here also. We would mark this up as a fail. Thank you.